Hi guys, in this video I would like to show you Easy Version Control. Okay, Easy Version Control. I have already introduced it. If you look in the list of videos that so far in this series, back on version 5, I introduced the boot menu in the init-rd. So that's the early boot menu. Remember that init-rd is a tiny little Linux operating system, and it has a little menu, as you can see there, and there are some options in there for rolling back to an earlier version or an earlier snapshot. Okay. Part 11 I explained about saving a session, and that is another one you could look back on because that is relevant to this video as well. Okay. Now, in the menu, we've got two ways of bringing up Easy Version Control. We can do it from the previous video. I introduced Roger's Easy Setup and Easy Apps, well, based upon Roger's work. And Roger had an alternative menu layout that he liked, which I've kept in this Easy Setup and Easy Apps. Different ways of getting at the same applications. And if we go to EasyOS category, there's the version control. Okay, so that's one way of running Easy Version Control. Incidentally, that little orange thing, that means these apps are recommended to be used in EasyOS, but I didn't actually put them built in. They're not actually installed. So there's only a few of them that I think are pretty good. So normally, you can install any application you want from the package manager, but these are just ones that I recommended. So I put them as menu entries with this orange ball. Okay, just so you know that. So we can also go to the menu, and it's under the file system category. And if you look down there, Easy Version Control. Okay, Easy Version Control. And here we go. This is my ZenBook laptop. And every time I update, the previous version is kept. So currently I'm over here, you see I'm on Easy version 7.4.2, and a snapshot is automatically taken when we update. So that's the snapshot of when we update it. Now, the previous version, there was a snapshot taken automatically when we updated. There is also a snapshot taken automatically when we update to the next version. So you've got a snapshot of how everything was exactly before you updated. And you can take any snapshot anytime, and they'll just be added into the little list here. Anytime you want to take a snapshot, I want to record the status of the system at this point in time, you can take a snapshot and it will be listed in here as a little checkbox, and you can roll back to it. So we're actually on version 7.4.2, but we can roll back to any of these versions or any of these snapshots. Okay, but it only goes back so far, and the reason for that limitation, that's the depth here. That's the number of versions that you can go back. The reason for that limitation is because it takes up space in your storage media, and that depends on the size of your working partition. If you've got, say, a 32 gigabyte or a 60 gigabyte or whatever reasonable amount of space, you could increase this figure if you wanted to. I find it very rare that I want to roll back that much. The only time I ever want to roll back is if I do an update and then I decide, no, I don't like this update version, I'd go back to the previous one. That's about there. I never go back that far, but it's there if you want it. Okay. Now, running release 7.4.2, if I want to take a snapshot, I can do it here, okay? And I'll just digress slightly. The containers, all of the containers, you can also take snapshots, and you can also erase the contents in a container. And here's where you choose which container you want to work on. So the DevX, for example, container, if you've been compiling things and installing packages in the DevX container and you just want to clean it out and start again, you can do that. So you've still got the DevX with all of its tools and everything, because that's already available in the devx.sfs, which is a read-only layer. But if you've been compiling stuff and whatever, and it's in the top read-write layer, this will just erase the read-write layer. And also you can take snapshots as well. And you can also roll back. You can take a snapshot in a container and roll back. So you can also, well, actually, you have to choose which one you want. Then you can take a snapshot, and then there'll be a drop-down list enabling you to roll back. So containers have the same functionality as the main desktop. So this is all the main desktop up here. Now, if I wanted to take a snapshot, this is all I would do. There are some help files. So let's just take a snapshot. Okay. Snapshot in progress, please wait. Okay. Snapshot in progress, please wait. It's still doing stuff. Okay. Yeah, it's still doing stuff. Okay. So we just have to be patient. Eventually it's finished, and we'll give it a name. I don't know what we're going to call this. Test snapshot, for want of anything better. Test snapshot, okay. And it's telling you where it is as well. Mount, that's the working partition, partition 2. Excalibur, releases, Easy 7.4.2, and there's the name of the snapshot. Okay. And that's it. Snapshot completed, it's telling you up there. And if you go and have a look in your partition, that's your working partition, Excalibur, releases, and we're on version 7.4.2. So see, all the previous versions are still there. That's for your purpose of rollback. We look in here, and there's your snapshot. If you don't like that snapshot, you can just delete it. You say, oh, I don't like that snapshot anymore, just delete it. Same thing, any of these earlier versions, you don't want to keep them, you could just delete them. Just delete the folder and it's gone. Okay. So we go back to Easy Version Control. Okay. And the snapshot is now here. That's the snapshot we have just taken. The 5th of the 7th. Now, if you want to erase the working session, now remember what the session is. A session is, if we go and have a look in Excalibur, display, show hidden files, the session is currently running in RAM, okay, but when we save it to the working partition, it will get written or flushed into here. Okay, it will get flushed into here, actually into session 1 folder. Now, what we can do if we want to, if you want to make a fresh start, for example, perhaps we've been installing things and doing stuff and we're not happy with what we've done and we just want to basically get rid of everything, which will be wiping out everything that's in this folder. We can do that. We can do it selectively. If I go here to erase, okay, we can erase everything that's in that session folder, but we can selectively keep things. Okay, there might be heaps of stuff you've installed, packages and whatever, and you just don't want to keep anything. You just want to have a fresh start. But you can just tick what you want to keep. Time zone, keyboard layout, etc. Personal information manager, web browser profile and bookmarks and stuff. Your audio setup, video setup, acceleration, network connections, yes, we'll keep all that. Network SSH keys, GPG secure keyrings. Sometimes you might make a change to the actual kernel modules that are loaded. If you've done that, you can tick that. Your firewall setup, your Bluetooth setup, your installed app images. If you've installed app images, that's another topic. You can install app images and Flatpaks. If you want to keep those, you can do that. Other home folders. Now, when any app is installed to run as its own user, it will have a home folder in here. Now, currently I've only got a few of them, but what will happen if you install any, for example, you install an app image or a Flatpak, it will automatically run as its own user. So this will be more populated then. But if you had something else, they're suggesting the clause email program or hex chat program, and they are running as their own user normally, you could tick that one, and then they will be kept in here. They will be retained here as well. Okay, so whatever, you tick the ones you want, and then you click on OK. I'm not going to do it though, because I don't want to erase my session. That will wipe out everything in that session folder, except it will keep these things that you have specified, and that is really handy. Okay, so I'm just going to cancel. So, okay, erase aborted. There you go. So I just wanted to explain that. It's pretty simple, but really nice. Easy version control. Okay, and there's not much else to say about it. When you do take snapshots, there is a little record kept here, and you can bring it up, and it just shows you the record of snapshots that you've taken and updates. The automatic snapshots are these ones, automatic snapshots. And then, there we go, test snapshot. That was the last one I took. Now, if you had rolled back, there will also be a login here rolling back. So I could choose any one of these. I could go back here, for example, and then just click on rollback. Now, what will happen then, the rollback will happen when I reboot, not immediately. So very handy, very handy. And it's one of the many unique features of EasyOS. Okay, so that's it. And that's all I wanted to say in this video. It's short and sweet. And I cannot think of anything else at the moment, so I'm just going to cancel. Stopping the video now. Haha, I did think of something else. As far as rolling back is concerned, there is another way of doing it. Okay, you can run easy version control, but you can also do it from the shutdown menu. If you go to shutdown, okay, some of these are very interesting, these options. If you go into the rectify category, okay, you've got reboot with rollback. Okay, so that's another way of rolling back. And that will simply bring up a little menu, a little window rather, where you can run easy version control, or you can just choose roll back to last snapshot or roll back to pristine first boot. Now, if you roll back to pristine first boot, it brings up another little window, reboot computer with rollback. Click one of the radio buttons and reboot or the easy version control for more rollback choices. Note, for pristine first boot option, there will be another window offering to retain some settings. So it will bring up that, as before, that thing. So that's another way, just another path into rolling back. So we'll cancel, and once again I'll finish.